Okay, do you want to tell us where you're coming from tonight?
No, sir, I don't answer questions.
All right.
Oh, here he comes. What are these guys doing?
What's going on, everybody? This video was taken on Monday, October the 10th. Me and Cody are in Oak Cliff, Dallas. We're patrolling, trying to keep the streets safe, just looking out. And we noticed this cop just circling these apartment complexes like sharks. So me and Cody get out, and we're just kind of keeping an eye on him, waiting to see what's going to happen so we can record it. And then one of the tenants of the apartments starts talking to me and Cody and, asking us what we were doing there because he didn't recognize us. And we let him know what we were doing. And then about that time, these cops pulled up on us, accosted us, tried to violate our rights and this other gentleman's rights that we were with. If it wasn't for me and Cody knowing our rights and his rights, this was going to go bad. I knew it. Anyways, these cops tried to clean up their act and act like good cops after they realized who we were and what was going on. I wasn't really falling for it. But anyways, you guys enjoy the video. Let me know what you think. Later.
I don't answer questions. What's your name? What's your name and badge number?
Officer Bags 11316.
What about you?
Officer Colin, 12194. Got like a YouTube channel or something?
I don't answer questions.
Do you answer questions?
That's what they were just telling me about video.
No, he don't.
Oh, you
What
can't
about
speak
you?
for him.
Oh,
That's not how this works.
I thought you were asking
You can
me.
be a First Amendment auditor all you want, but he doesn't have to. Y'all are free to go. We don't
You
have
talk?
For free to go or free to stay?
They want to talk to him.
Okay, that's cool.
We also have a right to free speech to let them know.
I stay again, no.
Do you stay in this complex?
No, I don't stay in the country. I just stop and talk to the YouTube.
Hey, you don't have to answer none of their questions, dude. It'd be best if you don't.
You don't have to answer any of them. But, I just wanted to leave it.
Yeah, you're free to go, man. Have a good night.
Y'all have a good evening.
We will.
Is it like a camera thing? It's pretty fancy.
I'm more than willing to talk to you, but I'm not going to sit here and do this First Amendment auditor. I don't answer questions. I'm not going to identify myself.
Well, you swore an oath to uphold our rights, and now you're talking about you're not going to play the...
Out here because there's a lot of crime in the area.
What crime are you here suspected of?
No, we're not suspecting you in particular.
Not
We're
me,
just
here.
in
What
the
crime
area.
are you suspected of happening here?
Well, about 4 weeks ago, there was a shooting right over here in this apartment complex.
Okay.
We had a bunch of kids that were jumping people's balconies trying to break into apartments. So we're out here driving around, trying to talk to people, see if anybody knows anything. I see 2 guys hanging out, watching us. So I was just trying to see if y'all live here, if y'all know anything, if
So
y'all
you're
want to talk
investigating
to
a
us.
shooting that happened 4 weeks ago?
We're not investigating it. We're out here because this has been identified as a high crime area. And we're just out here to try to prevent more crime.
I thought they had detectives for...
Ask people what they're doing?
I thought they had detectives for stuff like
I
that.
ask all kinds of people what they're doing. And we do have detectives for stuff like that.
Well, you just said it was young guys that did the shooting, and we're old guys. Why are you
I
bothering
don't
us?
think you're the shooter.
Uh,
Never once said who. The guy who shot was somebody who owned the apartment.
What's the name of the shooter you suspect?
kind of sounds like y'all are fishing to me.
Fishing for what, buddy? I just told you.
Fishing for anything, and you're using this shooting as an excuse
No excuse for what?
to harass us and ask us questions. See if you can come up with a charge.
The charge of what?
Whatever you can figure out.
I already told you, you're more than welcome to go, and I'm walking to my car to try to leave, and then y'all start asking me questions.
We're free to go or free to stay.
You're more than welcome to stay.
You're dismissed, though.
I mean, you can stay too.
No.
So,
Do you have like the channel? What's the channel?
Well, you aren't this guy trying to get some information on it.
I mean, I watched some of the First Amendment auditor guys on YouTube.
What First Amendment auditors you watch?
What was it that one? It was like legal. What was it called? It was like legal auditor, or something like that. I can't remember what the guy was called. But he would basically take. He was like a lawyer that would look at other people's, like probably your video.
Audit to audit.
Audit to audit. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the one.
I didn't know he was a lawyer.
I saw. I think he is, isn't he? I don't know. You might know better than me. He looks at things. Yep. So I want to watch those
You work
guys.
for South Central Division?
Yeah.
You guys have an officer named
Barretos.
Arrows, yeah.
No,
Has he had a history of misconduct? You don't know? What about you? You know Officer Alvarez?
Oliveros.
Oliveros?
What about Officer Pierce?
Officer
Pierce.
We have a few Pierces on the department.
Kind of chubby Mexican guy.
Let's get the history of misconduct and misconduct.
Yeah, you guys had any problems out here?
I haven't had any
Heard about any
problems with
complaints on
anybody or heard any complaints of anybody that I know of.
Nothing but good cops, right?
I've never said that, but nobody that I work with that I know has a history of misconduct.
So
Is
you-
your internal affairs in your police department?
Say that one more time.
Is your internal affairs department in your police department?
What do you mean is it in the police department?
Like, is
Like,
your
are they
internal
sworn
affairs
officers?
is your internal affairs a separate building from your police department?
From our division, yes.
It is, okay. What time are they open?
They are open, I believe, 8 to 4 or 5, Monday through Friday. They're based out of 1400 Malcolm Jean, second floor of the Internal Affairs Department.
Botham Jean, is that the same guy that got killed in his own home by a police officer that worked in Dallas? Was that a South Central officer?
It was not, but I don't remember which one.
So back to what you were saying a minute ago. So you're saying there's bad cops that you know that you work with?
No, I said I don't know any bad cops that I know.
Oh, I thought you said that those two weren't bad, but there was bad cops.
I'm sure there are bad cops somewhere.
You don't know of any bad cops for the Dallas Police Department?
I don't know of any personally.
You never?
I know we've just had a couple that were fired.
Have you ever arrested a cop
What
for?
were the ones that were fired?
I don't think
You don't know who it was?
Have you ever arrested another cop
I have.
or turned in evidence against them?
I've been called as a witness against another cop, but it was
Y'all stick to that blue line, huh? If another cop asks you to lie on a police report, you don't turn them in.
the cops never asked me to lie on the police report.
You guys stick together.
I've been around a long time.
Has he ever committed a crime before? Is he a bad guy? Is he, what's his name? Oh, y'all stick together? Oh, man. Come on, guy. Like, are we gonna play this game?
You're a
Are we
professional.
sitting here?
You're a public servant.
I'm a public
You guys are held to a higher standard, and even y'all say
I
that.
don't think we should be held to a higher standard.
We have a right to not incriminate ourselves. You guys, when you swore an oath and took the badge, you guys gave up your rights to protect our rights. Did you know that?
You don't think we have the same rights you have?
Not when you got that badge and that uniform on.
So you think when I have this badge on, I don't have the same rights?
You don't. You do not.
Constitution's what rights?
No, not when you got that badge and that gun on. Your sole purpose is to serve us and protect our rights.
What rights do you think I lose when I wear my badge?
Well, like, you have to wear your nameplate and your badge. If I ask you what your name and badge number is, you have to tell me what your name and badge number is. That means you don't have the same rights we do.
That's a department.
Okay, I don't have to tell you what my name is unless I've committed a crime. That's Texas Penal Code 38.02. You guys do not have the same rights we do when you got that badge and that uniform on. That is a fact.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so I did a Google search on what constitutional rights do police officers have when they're on duty, or do they have any when they're on duty? And this was all I could find. And this basically says what their rights are if they've used deadly force and they're being investigated, or if they're being investigated by internal affairs. It lets them know what their union rights are and stuff like that, but it's nothing like what we have. It is not the same rights as we have, which proves the point that I was making with these officers. If you guys know more about it than I do, let me know in the comments.
That's true.
Yeah, you swore to uphold our rights and protect our rights. And I'm just letting you know, you don't have the same rights as we do when you have that badge and that gun on.
So the only thing that
Don't you agree now?
No, I don't.
So, okay, then.
Code says that you can't be forced to identify yourself, right?
Yeah, well, you have to identify yourself.
No, because I can't be arrested for that. My department may think that I should be fired or disciplined for that. Right?
Exactly. Yeah, but you don't have the same rights we do. Trust me.
What
My
about
legal
I know what I'm
rights-
talking about, man. I
my
know the
legal
law better than
rights
you.
Don't end when I put on a badge. Now I may choose to follow work policies, and if y'all have jobs, your job may have a policy that is different from the law, right? Like legally, you're allowed to drink, but you may not be allowed to drink at work. That's a policy that you follow.
Let me give you another example.
I understand. Well,
Let me give you another example. Hold on. Okay. When you're on duty, you don't have the freedom of press to do what we're doing because you're on duty. You don't
put it on.
to put out stories and stuff. You don't have the same rights we do. You don't
We
have
can just say whatever we want, sure.
But that's
exactly. You can't say whatever you want when you're on duty. You have to maintain a professionalism.
That's all.
You have to follow your policies and procedures. You do not have the same rights we do. I think I've proven my point, and I know I'm right. The more you argue with me, the dumber you're making yourself look.
Like I said, at the end of the day, legally, I have the exact same rights.
When you go home and you take off that uniform, yes, you do.
Policies may be different.
Yes, you do.
Have to follow through. My
If
job-
you pull out your phone right now and take a picture of me, I can FOIA request everything on your phone. Did you know that?
you can FOIA request everything on my body too, because I've got a video. of
I'm
it.
talking about your personal phone.
You can try to FOIA request.
I will if you take a picture of me while you're under your official capacity with your phone in your pocket. Then I can get everything that's on your phone. It's called the Freedom of Information Act because you are serving the public right now. You're not a private citizen. You see the difference?
So you might be right.
I am right. He said I might be right.
That's part of why I use the
Yeah.
company phone. So
Yeah.
At the end of the
it's
day,
a lot better.
you're talking about legal rights. I don't really see that much of a difference. I can report anything that I want in any public
Yeah,
place.
man.
just
I
like
love
you
the
can.
Constitution. I don't want to give up my constitutional
I mean,
rights.
Do you know what the First Amendment is?
Oh, there's a bunch of stuff.
There's 5 elements to the First
Well, let's see
Amendment.
if I
Can you
get-
name 3 of them?
Okay, so freedom of speech.
There's
freedom
one.
of press,
There's 2.
freedom of religion.
There's 3.
There's 3 already.
That's
Freedom
better than any cop I've ever seen. So,
peaceably assemble for redress of grievances.
wow.
Another one is like related to it, but what a
Right to petition.
petition. Yeah. it's
That
called-
which means you can protest.
Yeah.
That means I can film you guys and say whatever the fuck I want. I can cuss you like dogs because I can protest and I got freedom of speech. And the Supreme Court's ruled on that, City of Houston versus Hill, says abusive speech towards police officers is protected free speech.
That is correct.
You can also
I'm actually impressed, man. I've been watching YouTube videos a long time. No cop has ever gotten 4.
Look, dude, the reason I became a cop.
So that's
rights.
Officer Khan. You got 4 out of 5. I'm impressed. Good job,
I
man.
almost got the 5th. I think
Are you an officer or a sergeant or what?
No, I'm not a sergeant.
You're just an officer. We should have asked him first, because then you could have embarrassed your I guarantee. Well, you already heard him now.
That's pretty sharp.
What about the Third Amendment? You know what that one is?
Third Amendment. So the first is obviously what you said. The second.
That's a weird one.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what the third is, because I can tell you the fourth is the right against, obviously, illegal searches and seizures. I believe that's the one that covers ordering soldiers in the house.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
can't
you're
remember
right.
soldiers.
On the third one.
Is that what it is?
The third one, yeah.
Yes.
And I
So,
think that kind of gives
27
you right to
amendments to the
privacy too.
Constitution, by the way, in case you're wondering how many amendments there are.
Man, I'm impressed, dude. You-
Like I said, I became a cop because I care about, like he said, I did the same thing. I became a cop because I care about people's rights. But
Cool,
that
man.
doesn't mean that I'm not going to come talk to people just because you have a right. At the end of the day, whenever you say you don't want to identify yourself, that's fine. We'll leave. If you want to talk to us, we'll talk to you. I don't have a problem with it. But I'm not going to sit here and have you like. At the end of the day, I have the same rights you have. Maybe they're a little different if I'm in uniform.
They are just.
Okay.
Or let's say that like we're sitting here talking to you, and all I saw you was in the complex, and I saw you right here. But I say that I saw you walk across the street, not at the intersection, right? So a pedestrian in the roadway, because there's crosswalks on both sides of the road, it's city ordinance. And
It's a
that's
victimless crime
And
now.
that's what I'm going to try to contact you, arrest you for. And I lie on that? Yeah, absolutely. I think that's
You would arrest somebody for that, man? Really?
technically, yes.
He said
It's
he
city
would-
ordinance, but
It's city ordinance or unconstitutional. You guys swore an oath to the Constitution, not a city ordinance. I feel like if we wouldn't have known our rights the way you guys got out and accosted us, I feel like this would have went down pretty bad.
like, I've dealt with multiple First Amendment auditors in my career. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna sit here and try to. I can ask
Which
Like-
ones did you deal with?
Like, I feel like if we wouldn't have been here, you guys would have shook that black guy down. You would have searched him, illegally searched him, probably arrested him, beat him up for resisting.
That one. There was another one that came out to a call, was looking for squad car windows, all that kind of
I
stuff.
mean, when y'all got out of that car, I don't believe it was with good intentions. I think y'all did a good job of turning it around, but I don't think the good intentions were there at the beginning. You officers aren't detained. You're free to go.
But so anyways, we detained him. We started yelling and screaming and all that kind of stuff. And then basically, when we told him he was free to go, if he could leave if he wanted to, he didn't really want to. I mean, and like I said, you don't have to.
Yeah, I never said I wanted to leave.
You don't have to leave. You don't have to stay. What I will say is that some of these apartment complexes, now I don't know, but some of them have criminal trespass affidavits, which means if you don't live here and you're here after a certain time, you're not conducting legitimate business, we can criminally trespass you from the property. I'm not threatening to criminally trespass you because I don't know if this particular one has criminal trespass.
Right now, I'm standing on a public right of way.
But,
So,
I mean, I'm not going to argue whether it's a public right of way or not.
well, you see the public utilities right there? There's a public sidewalk.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. This is past the gate. There's
Yeah, we're not even inside the gate,
box
man.
right there. I mean, I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to mess with you. I don't understand why you're acting.
Sounds like you're being kind of petty.
Informing you that
Kind of
there's
sounded like a threat.
complexes here, and if you get called on it, the next complex over and police show up, they may legally be able to call trespassing from that property. So just be aware of that.
Hey, you guys are blocking the entranceway here. You guys are blocking the entranceway with your car.
Courthouses you can't get very far without going through security and
Causing a hazard for people trying to get in and out.
go through security.
Jesus, man. Yeah, it's time for y'all to get on down. Y'all have a good night.
Well, and the Texas Penal Code, Transportation Code, the Health and Safety
Oh,
Code,
God.
that enforcement very a lot of laws in there, and we can't be experts.
Oh,
in
my
everything.
God.
And
This guy freaking talks too much, man. Jesus.
So y'all, me and Cody weren't really on the same page on this one, and we were kind of going in two different directions. And anyways, I edited a lot of it out. Anyways, I didn't want to keep interrupting him and mess up the video that he was trying to make. So as you'll see here in just a second, I get frustrated and leave. You guys keep an eye out for his video that's coming soon to find out what they talked about after I left. I'll see y'all later.
people's rights in, or people's, you know.
Yeah, that's my whole thing.
Man, I'm done with this, man. This is ridiculous, dude. I'm tired of listening to this bullshit.